What's up, everyone? It's Matt Martin with the Grass Factor. Finally get to do another lawn care video. Real quick, coming up this Sunday, I'm doing the live stream with John Perry. We're gonna leave it pretty open-ended. We're gonna talk a lot about biosolids, top dressing, compost, humic acid, you name it. John Perry and I, we're gonna be doing that on this Sunday, 7 o'clock. Coming out of winter, this winter, I took the time to finally get the shelves built in my garage. I got both my Permagreens in here I'm working on, and that's what I wanted to talk about today. So I was gonna talk a little bit about basic maintenance on the Permagreen. Let me flip this camera around and we'll talk about it. So people ask me what I do for wintertime with my machines. Obviously you want to get all the liquid out of your tanks if you live in an area where you drop below 32 degrees. It's not good to leave just a ton of liquid in your tanks to begin with, but it's good to go ahead and get all the liquid out of it. To do that, typically what I will do is crank the machine. I will open this valve right here, and as long as the motor's running, you can put something under there to catch it, and that will capture all the liquid in the machine. Okay, that's what I do first. Second, I disconnect my pump. So you pull off this housing here, and in here is the pump. I don't have a whole lot of light in here, so you'll have to trust me on this. Right here is the pump. You've got your inlet in the front and outlet in the back. I go ahead and disconnect both of those. Once both of those are disconnected, I flush the lines with a little bit of RV antifreeze. This is non-toxic, it's propylene glycol. The toxic antifreeze is going to be ethylene glycol. I put a little of that in the line, put a little of that in the pump, put a little of that in the tank, and then it's ready for winter. Then when it comes time to power the machine back up, your line's back up in the pump, fill it with a little liquid, and you are good to go. I took this time I used this LA's Totally Awesome cleaner and just poured it down in the tank and washed it really good, flushed it, and then washed it really good. Let's see, this is my older machine. So this particular machine, this is the one my tech was running this year. When he put it up for winter, I realized it wasn't spraying. So I disconnected the pump and stuff, and I said, well, I'll just tackle with that big leak after winter time. So I did that today. I used just a hair of lye in these tanks last night, let it sit overnight, and then flushed it through today, and it cleared out all my lines and did everything right as it was supposed to. So anyway, today that just left me changing the oil. If you've never changed the oil in one of these, it's actually really easy to do. I'll show you that real quick. You've got two drain plugs. You got a drain plug here, and then you got a drain plug here. This is for your engine, your engine for your crankcase. This is for your transaxle. And you drop your drain plugs, and they filter through these holes right here, and catch it in a pan and discard it. I always flush a little oil through it just to get out any potential debris that may get in there. And then you fill it back up and you are good to go. So I'm gonna let this drain overnight, load it up with oil in the morning, and then these machines are ready to rock and roll. So in terms of machine maintenance, I mean, for me, that's about as easy as it gets. I don't think it can get any easier than that. It is the start of the 2017 fertilizer and weed control season. As y'all know, my favorite thing is, I call it the fert and squirt season. It is here. Monday, going out. Let me take you through my program, at least when I'm going out with this first round, kind of talk you through this process. It's really cold. It's cold. It's been colder than normal. Everything is shut down. Everything is damaged from the frost and the snow. Everything's, tip burned out. The fescue looks quote unquote dormant. What I'm going to be going out first is a 1900 ammonium sulfate. I guess that's probably going to read backwards because I'm using the front facing camera, but it's a 1900. It's a 0.38 rate of barricade. This is the first time I've ever gone out with fertilizer impregned with pre-emergent. The only other one I've used is going to be for like commercial properties or ball fields, and that would be Ronstar. So my first time going out with a granular pre-emergent. Obviously, I'm going to be running the Permagreens, so super excited about that. In terms of weed control, I'm going to have 2 on the truck. I'm going to have triclopyr, and I'm going to have a 3-way, you know, 2,4-D type product. The one I'm going to be using is by a company called Prime Source. It's a generic 3-way. And then I'm going to be putting down my favorite next RGS, my humic acid and sea kelp. That's my season. Nothing real fancy this first round. It's going to be getting some in, out, getting some recovery taking place on the yard, because the fescues are all just kind of doing the same thing right now. I'll show you what mine looks like just to give you kind of an idea. If you look here behind me, I mean, my fescue's all tip burned out. Let me show you what this looks like up close. As you can see, this plant here, you know, it's just got a lot of damage to it. If you look here, I don't know if you can see that with that background, but that's where the cell walls have ruptured towards the tip of the plant, and it's just caused that damage like that from the tip down. So that's the start of my season. Y'all let me know what you're going out with round 1. Let me know when you're starting round 1. Curious to hear what y'all have going on. Appreciate you watching. Good luck this year. Take it easy.